Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Drop a comment if you can hear me. How has been your trading this week? How has it been this week? Please, I need to be sure you guys can hear me loud and clear. I need to be sure you can see my screen before starting the class. I need to be sure you guys can hear me loud and clear and that you can also see my screen. Please drop a comment if you can see my screen and you can hear me loud and clear. Waiting for waiting for your response. Hello, hello, hello. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Drop a comment if you can hear me. All right, all right. Thanks. Okay, so first of all, I want us to look at the fundamentals for today. There are a lot of fundamentals, a lot of news that will be released today from different countries. So we have a major news, like several news has been released this morning, and we still have more that will be released later in the day. As you can see, retail sales data was released from Great Britain, and you can see that was positive. Great Britain pounds 1.7. The forecast was 0.4%, and the actual is 1.7%. That is positive for Great Britain pounds. And by 9:15 a.m., French flash manufacturing PMI was released. Okay, that was positive for you. French flash services also was released. That was negative euro. And by 9:30, German flash manufacturing PMI was released, and that was positive for euro. And by 9:30 a.m., German flash services was released, and that was positive for euro. So I think euro is bullish. Considering the fundamentals, euro is bullish. It's only flash services that was negative for euro. So it is expected that euro would gain value. That is the expectation considering the fundamentals. Okay. And by 10:30, flash manufacturing PMI for Great Britain will be released. And the forecast is 48.5. The previous was 48.3. So they are expecting an increase. They're expecting an increase from 48.3 to 40.5. And also by 10:30, flash services PMI will be released from Great Britain pounds. From Great Britain, the previous 50.8, the forecast is 50.8. So they are not expecting any change, any increase or decrease on flash services. Okay, so we wait for the actual data to be released. If it is positive, if the actual is higher than the forecast, we should go bullish on GBP. We should go bullish. We should buy GBP if the data comes out positive for Great Britain. And by 2:30, core retail sales for Canada will be released. Core retail sales and retail sales will be released. For core retail sales, the forecast is 1.7. The previous is 0.7%. And says the previous was 0.0% and the forecast is 1.5%. So they are expecting increase for both data, core retail sales and retail sales. They are expecting an increase. Okay. Then by 3:45 p.m. Nigerian time, flash manufacturing PMI will be released and also flash services PMI by 3:45 p.m. So your focus, I will be focusing on GU and EU. GU and EU. That will be my focus for today's market. EU and GU. Okay, so that is it for the fundamentals. Now let's go to technicals. Let's see what we have on the chart. Good morning. Can you all hear me? Drop a comment if you can hear me. 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 Let's go to the chart. Let's start with Euro USD. Euro USD. As you can see, yesterday candle closed strongly bullish. Yesterday candle closed strongly bullish. You can see it closed strongly bullish. And you can see that it closed, I think it closed, okay, good morning, Joseph, okay. You can see yesterday candle closed above this resistance level. That is a breakout. The candle closed above. You can see the body of the candle is above this resistance. You can see this is a key resistance level. Can you see that? This is a key resistance level. This level has been tested several times. If you go, you would see it was a support which became a resistance. Can you see that? And yesterday candle closed above that resistance. That tells me that there is more demand than supply. That indicates that there is more demand than supply. Okay? And when there is more demand than supply, you expect price to go up. You expect price to go up. Okay, so my bias for Euro USD for today's market is bullish based on the breakout from resistance. Okay, now after the formation of this bullish candle, after this breakout, down to 4 hour, it's most likely a fair value gap was created. You can see a fair value gap was created. Can you see this fair value gap? Okay, so this is the fair value gap that was created. Can you see this? So it's most likely this gap will be filled before Euro USD would continue with its bullish movement. Are you guys following? It is likely this fair value gap will be filled before EU will continue with its bullish move. Okay, so that's my take on EU. I will be going bullish on EU. I'll be going bullish on EU. So let's go down to 1 hour. Let's see what's happening on the 1 hour time frame. Let's see. So you can see on 1 hour time frame, a fair value gap was created here. You can see this fair value gap that was created here. This gap has been filled. Can you see this fair value gap? This gap has been filled. I would patiently wait for the current 1 hour candle to close. If it closes bullish, I would be going bullish on Euro USD. If the current 1 hour candle closes bullish, okay, if it closes bullish, let's go down to 15 minutes, 5 minutes. Okay, if the current 1 hour closes bullish, let's go to 5 minutes. We should ensure that there's a shift in market structure. So the shift in market structure on 5 minutes would occur here. This is where it's going to occur. Okay, so you can patiently wait for price to close above this high. This is where the shift in market structure would occur on 5 minutes, and I think it's the same for 15 minutes. Okay, so on 15 minutes also, this is where the market structure would occur. Okay, so you could wait for 15 minutes candle to close above this high before you buy. And if you're buying from high, I would suggest you set your stop loss. Let's see from this point, Okay, your stop loss should be this level. Okay, this is where I'm going to set my stop loss. Okay, after the shift in market structure, my stop loss will be at this level. I hope that is good morning, Mr. Daniel. Morning. Is that clear? Is that clear? So that's my take on Euro USD. My bias for Euro USD for today's market is buy. Buy. Any question on Euro USD before we move to the next pair? Let me know in the comment section. And if there's any pair you want us to look at together, please drop it in the section. If there's any pair you plan to trade today, drop it in the comment so that we can look at the charts together. Okay? So that's it for Euro USD. No question on Euro USD. Let's move to GBP USD. GBP USD, let's start with the daily time frame. I'm sure it closed bullish yesterday, strongly bullish. And you can see this is obvious. It closed above this resistance level. You can see it closed above this resistance level. And I think after the formation of yesterday candle, probably a fair value gap was created. Let's confirm that on lower time frame. Let's see that. Okay, so a fair value gap was created on, you can see the fair value gap that was created on 4-hour time frame. Can you see this fair value gap? Okay, so most likely they want to fill this fair value gap before going bullish on GU. They might want to fill this fair value gap before going bullish on GU. Let's go down to 1 hour. What's happening on 1 hour? Okay, so on 1 hour, you can see we have a fair value gap here. So if you're considering buying GBP USD today, which is my bias, if you're considering buying, you could wait for this fair value gap to get filled. You can see this fair value gap on 1 hour time frame. You could wait for this fair value gap to get filled before you buy, or wait for price to break out from this resistance before you buy. Okay, it's either price pulls back to fill the fair value gap, or price out from this resistance. If price breaks out from the resistance, then you could go bullish. And if you're buying from the resistance level, above resistance, your SL will be at this level, which is about 46 pips. And if you're risking 46 pips, you should aim for minimum of 65 pips. Are you with me? Minimum of 65 pips. That should be your target. Your first TP should be 65 pips if you're risking 46 pips on a trade. I hope that is clear. So that is my take on GBP USD. We'll wait for the fundamentals, the major news to be released. As you know, that is going to have impact on the market. So there are several major news that will be released by 10:30 from Great Britain. So we need to wait for this major news to be released. If the news is positive for Great Britain, then you can buy. You can take a buy on GBP USD. If the news comes out positive, actual higher than forecast, then you can go bullish on GBP USD. Is that clear? Clear? Okay, so that's my take on GBP USD. Look for buy opportunity. Look for buy opportunity. Okay, look for buy opportunity on GU. Wait for price to fill this fair value gap, or wait for breakout from resistance level before you buy. I hope that is clear. I hope that is clear. Okay. So let's move to the next pair, GBP-JPY. I gave you guys a call on GBP-JPY yesterday. Those who executed the trade, they are in massive profits now. Those who executed the buy trade, all the calls I gave yesterday laid out, all the calls, Euro USD, GBP USD, gold, GBP-JPY. Gold, immediately if it filled the fair value gap, you can see it. It's played out. This was the fair value gap I identified yesterday. This is the fair value gap, and you can see immediately go to that fair value gap. It went bullish. You can see it. You can see it. This is 1 hour time frame. So you can see it's played out. Let's go to 15 minutes time frame. So you can see it. This would have been the best entry for gold. If you had entered on gold from this point, You had bought gold from this point, your stop loss, you have used, let's say, 60 pips, and aim for 100 pips. You can see your TP 100 pips or more. So, but you can see it did over 160 pips. Can you see that played out? Also, GBP JPY. GBP also. Yesterday, I gave the call. I gave the call yesterday. Let's see how it played out. So after the formation of this hammer, said you should wait for shifting market structure on 15 minutes time frame before you wait for shifting market structure. And I identified this eye. Yesterday that this is where the shifting market structure would occur. So you would have bought GBP JPY after this 15 minutes candle closed above this most recent lower high. Can you see that? So if you had bought GBP JPY from this point, you would have used, let's say, pips as your stop loss, 50 pips. Your stop loss would have been at this level, that's 50 pips, and your first TP would have been, let's say, 70 pips, 70 or 75 pips. You're risking 50 pips. Your first TP should be 75 pips minimum, which is 1:1.5 reward. So you can see, if you had executed this trade yesterday, you would have made massive profit on GJ. Okay, so my bias on GJ is still bullish. It is still bullish. My bias on GJ is still bullish. It's still bullish. You can see here on 4-hour time frame, we had a fair value gap here. And what they did this morning was to fill that gap. Can you see that? What they did this morning was to fill the gap, and that they have achieved. Okay, that they have achieved. So let's see 4-hour. So you can see the pattern with 4-hour after price filled the fair value gap. Can you see the pattern? This is an hammer, and the next candle closed above the high of this hammer. So we could call this an engulfing candle. This is an engulfing candle. And at the moment, the market is trading above this resistance that was created here. That tells me that demand is higher than supply. We have more demand than supply. So we expect price to go bullish. So this would have been the best entry for GJ. Buying GJ at the current market price is at a very high risk. If you had bought from this point, your SL would have been at this point, which is about 50 pips. And by now, you should have made close to 1:1.5. You can see it has done over 1 to 2. You can see this is 131 pips. So buying at the moment is at a very high risk. Okay? If you want to buy GJ, wait for price to pull back. You can see it has created a fair value gap. You can see this fair value gap. Wait for price to pull back, fill the fair value gap before you go bullish. I hope that is clear. So that's my take on GJ. I'm still bullish on GJ. My bias on GJ still remains bullish. Price might pull back to fill this fair value gap. So if you are considering buying, wait for price to fill this fair value gap before you buy. Is that clear? 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 Any question? Any question? If this is your first time participating on the live stream, please subscribe to the channel so that anytime I come on live, you get notified by YouTube. And if you're getting value from this live stream, please give it a thumbs up so that others can get to see this video. Okay? Is there any other pair you want us to look at? Let me know. Okay, let's look at gold. Let's look at gold. What's my take on gold? My bias for gold still remains bullish. I'm still very bullish on gold. My bias still remains bullish. So let's see how yesterday candle closed. What was the pattern we had yesterday? Okay, it was bullish yesterday, and right now the market is sitting at a support level. And you see this price is sitting at a support level. Let's go down to 4-hour. Okay, price is at what? A support level, and also below that support level, what can you see? What can you see below that support level? You can see we have a fair value gap. You can see that a fair value gap. You can see this is a fair value gap. Can you see that? And that gap has been filled at the moment. You can see the gap has been filled. So gold is likely going to go bullish anytime soon. You can see it. This gap has been filled. So what they did this morning was to clear liquidity residing at this previous, a lot of sell stop order and stop losses residing at this low has been cleared. You can see that's what they did this morning. They also cleared the low residing at this previous low. That was what they did, and that they have achieved. So if you go down to 1 hour, let's say the pattern we have on 1 hour, okay, this is what we have on 1 hour. We wait for the current 4-hour candle to close. That will close by 12 p.m. Nigerian time. The current 4-hour candle will close by 12 p.m. So all you need to do is wait for market structure to occur on 15 minutes or 5 minutes time frame before you go bullish on gold. Okay, the shift in market structure on gold would occur at this level. This is the most recent lower high. This is the most recent lower high. So if you're considering buying gold, patiently wait for price to close above this recent lower high before you go bullish on gold. That is my take on gold. Patiently wait for price to close above that high before you go bullish on gold. So you can see that price went into a range from this point. You can see created a buy side liquidity and it also created a sell side liquidity. So the first thing they did this morning was to clear sell side liquidity. The previous, that's the stop losses deciding at these lows. You can see that was what they did. They've achieved that. Okay, so you wait for price to close above this high, above the high of this range before you consider buying gold. I hope that is clear. I hope that is clear. I hope that is clear. Any question on gold? Any question on gold? Let me know. Let me know. Which other pair do you want us to look at? Let me know in the comment section. Let me know in the comment section. Let me know in the comment section. Any question? Do you have any question? I will be organizing a free webinar tomorrow on Forex trade. If you have anyone who is interested who would like to learn how to trade, please invite them for the webinar. Invite them for the webinar. If you have anyone who is interested in learning how to make money trading Forex, invite them for the webinar. It is scheduled for tomorrow, 8 p.m. 8 p.m. You can request for the Telegram on WhatsApp or WhatsApp group. Request for the Telegram group or WhatsApp group so that they can join the group. Because that's where I'll be dropping the Zoom link. So if you have anyone who's interested, ensure you invite them for the webinar. For new traders, please. The webinar is for new traders, not experienced traders. New traders only. Okay? Any question? Any question? Any question? Any question? Let's look at Australian dollar USD. Let's just look at Australian dollar USD. Okay, let's start with the daily time frame. You can see it was a breakout on Australian dollar USD. The breakout is obvious. You can see it was a breakout, and after that breakout, sure if gap was created, go down to 4-hour, 1 hour time frame, you would be able to identify the fair value gap that was created. The fair value gap that was created on 4 hour. They might want to come and fill this fair value gap before going bullish. Okay, so it's either you trade breakout from the resistance that was created yesterday. This was that was created yesterday. It's either you trade out or you buy after the fair value gap gets filled. That's my take on Australian dollar USD. My bias is bullish for Australian dollar USD. Is that clear? Is that clear? Is that clear? Okay, so the last instrument we'll be looking at is Euro Australian dollar. Euro Australian dollar. Okay, Euro Australian dollar will be the last instrument we'll be looking at. Okay. Hopefully, by the time we are done with that, the major news for GBP would have is the major news for GBP. So see how the market reacts to that. Okay. So Euro Aussie. Let's start with the daily. So Euro Aussie yesterday closed bearish, and as you can see, it closed below a support level. You can see it closed below a support level, a key support level. You can see it closed below a key support level. That's a breakout from a support. And after breakout from the support, price is expected to retest that level. And I think that is what's played out. Can you see after the breakout, this is a break and retest. Can you see price are pulled back to retest that level. So there's a high probability that Euro Australian dollar would be bearish today, as you can see. There's a high probability Euro Australian dollar would close will be bearish today. Bearish. So on 1 hour, a fair value gap. If this current 1 hour candle, let's go to 15 minutes. Let's say 15 minutes. Okay, a fair value gap has been created on 15 minutes time frame. You can see this, a fair value gap has been created. So there's a high probability they will fill this fair value gap before going bearish. Patiently wait for price to fill this fair value gap before you sell, or wait for price to break out from this support, this recent support. You can see it. Wait for price to break out from this zone before you go bearish on Euro Australian dollar. I hope that is clear. And if you're selling below this level, this zone, below this support, your stop loss should be at this level. That is about 40 pip, 40 pip, and your first TP should be this previous low. Okay, if you're risking 40 pips, your first TP should be 60 pips, which would be below these lows. A lot of liquidity residing at these lows, and there's a high probability they will come for these lows. Okay, so that should be your first target. Several pips below, set your TP several pips below level. I hope that is clear. I hope that is clear. 10:29. Okay, 1 more minute. Let's check the calendar. Let's see. Okay, the data will be released in a few seconds. If it is positive for GBP, we should consider buying GBP USD. If it is positive for GBP, we should consider buying GBP USD. We should consider buying GBP USD. Negative. Okay, one is positive, the other is negative. Okay, so let's see how the market reacts. Okay, so you can see for flash manufacturing PMI 46.4, 46.4, that is negative. And flash services PMI 51.1, the previous was 50.8, 50.8, that is positive. But the difference isn't much, so this might not have a much impact on the market. The impact on the market might not be that much, okay, but it's positive, but the difference isn't much compared to the previous. The previous was 50.8, 50.8. So let's see how the market reacts to this data. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Okay, so before you buy, like I said, wait for price to fill this fair value gap. The amount of value gap, since the news came out negative, since it's negative for GBP, they might want to use that to fill this fair value gap before going bullish. That is what I think is going to play out. Since the news is negative for Great Britain pounds, they might want to use that to fill this fair value gap before going bullish. So patiently wait for that to happen before you buy, or wait for breakout from the resistance. That's my take on GBP USD. That will be all for today's session if there are no questions. Any question, let me know in the comment section. Any question, any question, any question? Any question in the comment section? Any question, let me know in the comment section. All right, it appears there are questions. It appears there are no questions. I appreciate you. and I wish you all a profitable trading day. Ensure you apply proper risk and money management. Ensure you apply proper risk and money management. All right, guys. Bye for now.